So this time my video is I think 1 or 2 weeks apart from each other's. I might show you again something which I videoed before if I think it's worth showing the progress. And let's see what I'll find. Moved my regular Dowiana into this warmer room. Funny how a couple of degrees of Celsius temperature can actually influence their growing, and I can see that both of the eyes have started growing, so I'm able to actually recuperate this one which was badly damaged with the sun. There used to be actually a pseudobulb here, you remember that black one which burned completely, and that's the rhizome where the new growth is coming in. As you can see, we are growing 2 new growths. I'll try to make some sort of marking on there, but there's the other one behind there. The one is here and the other one is there. So we are recovering. For some odd reason I thought those were roots. Nope, it's growing new growths like crazy, all directions. So these are 2 pseudobulbs here. I'm going to water them and let it do what it does, and maybe at some point I can repot it, but it's still hanging on their room. Maybe it'll just get it going with the roots. I might put some moss in there to induce them. There might be actually a second eye popping out from this previous pseudobulb, which is here, and that's the newest one. So I'm not sure what it's planning on doing, but as you can see, well, the leaf seems to be decently big. I'm hoping to get it going this year, so maybe it'll grow bigger. This one drinks a lot. So this was the Monnierara. The newest growth is there. There's second growth and some eyes pushing out, if I can find them there. But this dries up really fast. And when we look my Purpurata carnea back there, you can see how thick that rhizome is on that new growth. So that one is actually gaining momentum as well. So it's going to be bigger Cattleya this long that this one should be blooming. And this was the Pulchra red, I think. Oh, it has stuck. So it's stuck with the root there. So anyway, this loves pushing out roots. I feel like all my flowers are now pushing out new roots. Mimicking the Lua de Mannierara there, and it's got roots. And the flower spike is just having its own life. Not sure how long it's going to become before it makes buds, but that's the flower spike of this lovely thing. Is actually pushing out some roots. There are those. This is the Zhengmin Predator, and I'm really looking forward to it to continue growing. This time I'm trying to keep it better condition. And this one, which is that Robliang Blue Indigo crossed with Maxima cerulean. It finally has finished off its pseudobulb, or the length of it, the growth. It's going to become more wide because it's still growing sideways, I assume, but I'm just waiting for this one to start pushing out new roots so I'm able to actually repot it. I must say I tried to put this, so this is the Spectacular Dendrobium. I actually tried to put it above the growing media, and I feel like it has sucked itself in with the roots, so it has gone down. As you can see, it's like yeah, I don't know why it does that, because I try to keep the rhizome above the growing media, so I might have to actually take the extra off and use it somewhere else, because this seems to be like it's sort of like takes the roots and pull itself into the media. Don't know why it does that, but I have to fix that so I can get the ice moving. This one is really brittle. I actually accidentally snapped it onto the shelf, and this is the saccharic wax. So now it's growing new growth down there. If you can see actually something, there's some new roots. I had to put some sphagnum moss on it. This one is my village chief Armani red dragon. This one decided that now it's time to actually grow really big. As you can see, it's really huge and thick, that growth. If it's going to be, yes, now you're on focus. And it's growing new roots. I think these 2 new growths are going to be significantly bigger than the previous ones, so maybe I will be seeing some blooms near future. Who knows? But that's quite promising. Okay, and let's put my Chantilly lace on its spot back. This weird little thing, if I'm able to show you because of the light, basically you can see there is a root. So it's sort of stalled. So it's stalled with this leaf, and now it's pushing out its roots, and it's not still that tall that I would like it to be, if you see the pseudobulbs prior to this one. So I'm not sure if it's going to actually bloom, but let's see. At least it's growing new roots, so maybe next year. And then there is this one which is as well acting strange. So okay, this is normal. So this is the, hold on, Cattleya guttata cerulean. So this is new growth. That eye isn't moving, and neither is that one, but it's actually growing new roots. Hold on, I'll find it from my previous cane. So this is like 2 years before, and it's growing new roots there as well. So I don't know, this is acting really strange as well. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm trying to, yeah, now. So this is acting strange as well. I don't know what's it doing. Okay, I'll take the new roots. This one is pushing on, and this is the Penang Little Maggie cross with Lasianthera. Not sure how big it's going to become, that new growth. Not waiting for anything special, because you can see this whole orchid is just, as I mentioned, mangled by the thrips a few years ago. So I'm just trying to get it recovered. If it's not starting to grow bigger and bigger the next couple of years, I might be trying to find something similar to buy instead of to replace this one. Not particularly this one, because I have seen the color of the blooms. I don't particularly like it, but I can always give this or sell this off later on if it's still going to be okay, but who knows. So how's my purpurata? I'm not sure if you're able to see, but this is my big purpurata, and I know it has the sheaths. Oh, sorry about the light. There are some new roots there, and I know it's going to be soon blooming, I think, because this is acting so strange. Usually the buds come with the seeds. This one doesn't, as I mentioned before. So I think it's going to be blooming during June as usual. So it grows the cane, it grows the seed, and then the other 1/3 of that schedule, it's going to start pumping up the blooms, I guess. Anyway, I'm still going to repot it, because as you can see, it's way overdue, and these canes already have had their one flush of roots before, and now they are doing the second flush, and I really want to change this media. As you can see, it's quite shriveled, so I rather risk the blooms than risk the whole orchids. And anyway, this is something which, like, I know I can get again. It's not anything special. It's my learning experience, I would say. Had to pull this off. So this is the jewel box Dark Waters. I do believe this isn't that big when it's a blooming size. I guess it's like the pseudobulb should be somewhere around my palm, so might be like a bit bigger than these two newest ones. Yeah, I think this is the newest one on this direction, and that's for that direction. But I have understood that this is not that big orchid. Maybe in 1 or 2 years, maybe in 1 year, I'm able to actually get some blooms out of this. Looking forward to this one having 3 directions to grow. These pseudobulbs are really small. This one has only 1 leaf, so maybe now that I'm getting the feeding right, I'm able to actually get it to bloom on 3 directions, and it would be easier for you to actually know what I'm talking about. So this is from Luke. So this is the Aurantiaca Mishima spots. So, looking good. This one is that Vanda tricolor, which is species Vanda. And as you can see, there's a new root. So it's growing nicely. I think it's going to be quite big this summer. I think I bought it so that it was like this wide. So is it now 5 years old? Or at least 5 years in my care. Okay, let's see about the other ones. Oh yes, both of them have 1 new growth. So I do have 2 bicolors. I usually just sell them to my friends when they are big and strong enough to actually find themselves into a new home. I like working with seedlings. It's just really fun, and that's one of the reasons why I have this. As I mentioned, I tend to buy seedlings and I do better with them, and I feel like they adapt to my growing environment better than the big cattleya's do. My next challenge is actually to buy bigger cattleya's and be able to actually find how they can survive and adapt to my environment. I'm not sure what I should do with this. So there's the original cane and this one, and then there is these 2. I think these 2 I can just remove when I see the new growth. But this one is growing quite oddly, so there's the new roots, and that's like, I think, attached to this one as well as this one is, or maybe down here. So basically these 2 are in par with each other's, I assume. I would need to actually check. And this is like extra. So my thinking was to check how deep it is. I think that's like, yeah, it's like 1 finger, part of finger length. Not sure if this can actually handle being detached from that. So I was thinking, should I just like put there some small pot and let it grow inside there? Or what? What should I do? What would you do? Because this is, yeah. I'm waiting for these 2 to actually grow something new as well. I don't know. What do you think? I really don't know how this basically works. I took a better look at it. So basically, this would split from there. So these 3 would go together. And I do believe I saw there is like that growth is activating as well. Okay, I might be able to take these 3 off. It doesn't matter if this is like that high, but then again, ooh, I hate it when it's climbing like that. Maybe this is difficult. Please help. So this is one of the new ones, and I do believe I saw somewhere a new root tip. I guess that's there. Oh, really difficult to show you, but that's like I was thinking I would show video some of the repottings this time, since I haven't done that for a long time, and I think some of the things I do have changed, and it's something which works for my environment and my care. So if anything, you get inspiration. And this one finally is blooming. The blooms are not that big, but it's lovely for blooms this year. It's supposed to be growing upwards, but because of the light source before, it has been growing towards the sun. Now that it has new light, the lights above, it's actually starting to grow again upwards. If you think about the, I don't know what's it called nowadays, but it used to be Vondopsis parish and Sideria japonica. Both of them are like to grow upwards. So here we go. I really love these false blooms. They are so gorgeous. It's like peachy colored and the lip is darker. And what else we have here? So this is the angel hair Paphiopedilum, and the leaf is not wobbly anymore. So basically that was like tilting over, even though I've been watering it. So I changed the media and now it's doing much better. So apparently these love the changing of the media, even though it's not like growing roots at this point. That one, it's actually growing 2 new growths. One is there and one is here. Hold on. Yeah, you might actually see that. So that's one. And that's number 2. That one there. And that cat is the mini purple with the albescens blooms. I'm not sure if this Laelia tenebrosa aurea has any eyes left. I haven't seen it done anything for a long time. But this is tenebrosa, so it might be just hanging around and maybe doing something later. Who knows? As long as it's alive and I'm not without any space, and I haven't found any other aurea, tenebrosa aurea, I'm going to leave it being. And then we go here. This is the Monnierara cerulean, which doesn't like to bloom but makes cakeys. So I've now kept it off from the seaweed extract, and if that doesn't help, I'm going to change to something which doesn't have so much what's that P in well, it's, oh gosh, I forgot. I'll write it down somewhere because I really don't remember it now in English, but in Finnish I do. Usually it goes one way or the other, so I remember one and not the other. So anyway, roots system looks good and it's developing, but no blooms. This one is tenebrosa, the basic tenebrosa, and it actually had 2 new growths. You can see the other one is there, and the other one is that black hole in the pseudobulb. So I burned it. I think I did something, maybe the fertilizer or something. I lowered the fertilizer, the amount of fertilizer I'm giving this, so it's a trial and error with this, but at least it's growing, so I'm getting there. This is my LDS Bear King crossed with RK3 Bear King, and it has the craziest amount of fruits, as you can see. All my phalaenopsises are doing this now, so it's like a root season. Percivalliana changed to stay here because it was Oh, not doing anything for a while. Now it's growing. And that was all. Thank you for watching, and let's see you in maybe in 2 weeks.